She's Charissa Thompson from Fox Sports and also Extra.
Not swimsuit model.
No, you're not.
No, not at all.
No.
No.
No interest?
Well, I'm not wearing pants today, so maybe I'm halfway there.
Well,
I was
explain.
like, well,
Explain what you're wearing.
I don't know. I'm looking
Well, maybe
here where I'm
not.
like,
For those
it's
who are...
no pants Thursday, apparently. I was like, oh my God.
That was last night.
Yeah, I clearly came straight from my shift at Fox Sports Live and just took off the skirt. I don't know what's happening here.
Okay, but you never, Sports Illustrated never reached out to do, like they have celebrities who do swimsuit. Did they ever ask you that?
I was at the World, hi everyone, by the way. I was at the World Cup in 2004 and I randomly get this email being like, hey, we would like you to be a part of the body issue for Sports Illustrated. We want to paint your body. I'm like, no way. This should have went to like spam or junk mail. And I ended up not doing it, which was probably a good move. But now I would have done it.
Now you would do it.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Now I'm painting myself. I'm like, please put me in the magazine. I'm like just dumping paint. I'm like at Home Depot being like, which color now, guys? They're like, you're not going to be in it.
It is kind of odd to have a conversation with a woman who is painted. When I went to the Playboy Mansion.
This happens often. Oh my God, the Playboy. Thanks for the invite, by the way. 2 invites I didn't get yesterday. Big Dean's and the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah, well, Big Dean's was probably more exciting than the Playboy Mansion was. But the Dom triplets, the Playmates, were painted, and they were serving drinks a few years ago. And so they just walk around naked with paint.
Right.
And I'm with Ron Jeremy.
Oh, that's a good start.
I'm with Drew Carey. And I'm with Salami from the White Shadow.
It's like a trifecta. Yeah. Win, place, or show. I don't know, ladies. You decide.
So they wanted to talk sports, and you have the triplets there who are serving drinks.
Where does the eye line? Be honest.
With Ron Jeremy?
Well, we'll get to him in a minute.
Okay.
The ladies.
The ladies, wow. Well, they're from Minnesota. You know, believe it or not.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because
they're cold? So we're going right there.
I ask questions. Like, I don't know. It was sad. Because I said, God, thank you. Where are you from? Minnesota.
Great line. Real original.
What
weather is nice, huh?
Yeah. Hey, I love the Super Bowl in Minnesota when it was there. And then I go into this odd Minnesota accent, like it's Fargo. And then they're looking at me like...
You say pop? Oh, are you serving pops?
I love pop. Not soda, pop. Yeah, and I sound like Francis McDormand from Fargo. And I'm going, what am I doing? And then I turn around, and I got Ron Jeremy and Drew Carey wanting to talk soccer.
What?
Yes. It
Where
was a
were
real
you?
disappointment. I was...
Actually, does it matter? I guess it doesn't even matter where you were.
I went in the grotto.
You've got Oh, you were at the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The grotto still exists, huh?
I'm developing a theory that the Playboy Mansion is actually only awesome for Hef. And then he just brings all these other dudes there to be like, yeah, not for you, but for me, yeah.
Well, I did run into a big-name actor who said, you got to be careful you don't flirt with Hef's girl. And somebody tried to close, and Hef had one of his security guys come up and do a little tap and say, we'll see you. Hey, there's some nice parting gifts. Drive home safely. Yes.
How are you supposed to know exactly who Hef's girl is? Aren't they all in some way,
They're wearing a
shape,
name
or form?
tag.
Do they?
They're wearing a name
stamp
tag.
Or sticker or something?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is...
The
something?
current one, I think, rides around in the Rascal with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, according to Extra. At least the pictures I've seen.
Charissa Thompson joining us from Extra and Fox Sports Live. All right, let me ask you about this. Since you worked at the mothership here,
Yes.
and now you work at Fox Sports, to try to take down ESPN, the game plan, here's Fox Sports.
Yeah.
Okay, to go head-to-head. Did you give any advice to any of your bosses to say what about attacking ESPN?
You think that they asked my advice?
But you work there.
I work at Fox Sports.
Yes, but you worked at the mothership.
Oh, so you think I'm intel? Like, okay, so this is how we're going to take them down?
I don't know.
Yeah, really? You think? Well, actually, I'm flattered that you would think I would have that much pull. I think that their approach, and obviously it's been scaled back, and there's ownership of being like, all right, maybe we're a little too aggressive in thinking we could take them down right away, and there was a hubris sort of tone to it. That said, I think that we've always maintained we're just something different, right? Where it's, okay, maybe, again, our execution wasn't that great straight out of the gate, being like, oh, we're going to take them down. But we do offer something different, and we still maintain that philosophy that we aren't as rigid. Like the other day, I had a trench coat on, and I pretended to, like, Flash Dan, who I work with, and it got picked up that I was naked underneath the trench coat. Obviously, I'm not, but clearly that's not happening at ESPN.
Well,
So
but it
there's-
sounds like you're doing things that we did, or you were able to push it a little bit.
Yes, exactly.
Because I think
You know-
Linda Cohn did that to me in 92 or 91.
trench coat move?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. How'd
Yeah.
that go?
Great.
Yeah.
It was great. It was awesome.
Go Rangers.
Love, yes, yeah. I love
No, but
Elko.
you can get it. Down 2-1 in the series. Thank you for being here. No, I think the big appeal for me to go back to Fox, and this is nothing against ESPN. I love my time. And again, remember I was on Sports Nation. I was not on Sports Center.
Okay, but you're in the building.
I was in the building, but I was like at the kids' table, not at the adult table. So I was doing splits on the air. So it wasn't like I was like being completely professional, which I've since retired. I no longer do splits on the air, except for maybe on this carpet. But no, so just things were different on the show that I was on.
So during the live look-in,
I might bring it back for you. I
You'll do
might bring it
splits?
out of retirement. Do you smell like Drakkar, or is it just me?
It's a little bit.
I feel like I'm getting something over here, and I
got
distract
You know what? They were teasing me about it all week, and I figured if I was going to wear it earlier in the week with all our guy guests, if someone like you was coming,
Well, I could also be a guy with this haircut, so you could just continue this
I felt
theme.
a need to give it a couple extra.
You smell great.
Thank you.
Why is Paulie not here, by the way? Is that personal?
Budget cuts.
yeah.
Budget cuts?
Well,
You're like, okay, 3 of the 4 of you can come. Like,
yes.
Rochambeau for who's coming.
Well, I did say that we'll have. Paula, you want to talk about this?
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I just miss you. I don't even know you.
Oh, it's great. It's we only met once at the Beach Bowl years ago when you knocked that out. Yeah, well, I could smell Fritzy's cologne from here.
Did you notice Paula didn't answer the question?
No, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to sidestep that. That's all right.
Like every coach, Charissa, I want to spend more time with my family.
Good answer.
All right, we'll come back. We'll continue with Charissa. If you're watching on Audience Channel 239 DirecTV of the NBC Sports Network, I'm not sure what you're going to see, but you'll see a lot of it. What?
I don't want to be creepy or anything, but like,
You don't want to, but you're going to be.
Is that split going to happen, or that was just a kind of a tease? Kind of.
I don't know. It's called.
Well, she put Paulie on the spot, so I'm just
okay.
trying to, because she mentioned that she used to do splits, and she looks like she's in good enough shape to pull that off.
If she does it, I'm going to ask you to leave the room so you don't get to see it now.
I'm only going to do it for him. So I'm going to ask everybody else to leave
I
the
think
room.
that's fantastic. If we could dim the lights a little bit, just to set the
Where's
mood.
that music?
Can we dim the lights here a little bit, guys?
If we're going to do it, let's do it the right way.
I'll put pants on for this.
All right, so we'll come back. By the way, do women like a guy with cologne on?
Love. I
you
love
go.
cologne. What do you mean what, McLovin?
But a lot?
That's
what do you think
shocking.
they sell? What do you think they sell it for?
I thought they stopped selling it in 1989. You still like cologne?
They sell it at Ross now. Did you get yours at Ross or Marshall?
Sure, and I was going to go with Paco Rabanne or Paul Sebastian, and I have Cool Water standing by. As a
Okay.
backup.
Okay.
Is he the- Cool water.
Cool Water's nice. Right? I almost went Cool Water just for you, but then I ended up with Drakkar Essence.
Dan's getting annoyed.
All right,
You knew I was going to be excited today. Did you not know I was going to be excited? You know
we'll take a break.
This is the best day of the week.
We'll come back with Charissa Thompson from Fox and Extra. This is the Dan Patrick Show. She's known as the Big Tease. She's Charissa Thompson. She's Fox
done.
Sports Live host and Extra. I've never seen a grown man with a sadder face than one Fritzy when Charissa Thompson said she would do the splits for us during the live look-in, and then Fritzy realized that Charissa Thompson, the Big Tease, might not be telling the
Their
truth.
operative might not.
Exactly. I'm still holding
I
out
have not
hope.
ruled it out
I
completely.
can speak for our entire television audience that we're still holding out hope that might happen.
As a 33-year-old woman, I retired that, but I might bring it out.
When did you retire it?
Last week.
At 32?
Yeah.
Her Twitter handle's at Charissa T. The T is for tease. All right. Covering sports, covering Hollywoods, because you have 2 different jobs, and you're in 2 different worlds here, both crazy. What was tougher to get used to, covering sports or covering Hollywood?
Hollywood.
Because
of publicists, because of handlers, it's completely different than sports. Whereas sports, you have your team PR guy, right? Or in college football, you've got the SID. There's only a few people. And then the bigger names, the LeBrons of the world, then you deal with his crew. That said, in Hollywood, everyone has a person. And there's sort of this thing like rules, like you can't ask this, you can't ask this, you can't ask this. In sports, sort of like kind of ask whatever you want. So that's the hardest thing I've had to get used to.
but the bigger the posse, the more potential problems. Like the bigger entourage, then you know that you're going to deal with more.
In Hollywood?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Who's got the biggest posse, the biggest entourage?
The biggest entourage. I don't know, but I don't think. Well, I'll just tell you one run-in that I've had.
That's what I wanna-
So far. I don't care. Have we met? I'll tell you anything. That's a problem. I need a filter. Is there a filter on this? Is there a delay somewhere? No, I think for me, the biggest issue, or not issue, but the one person that doesn't like me already, which is not good, Jennifer Lopez. I asked about the boyfriend. Don't ask about the boyfriend.
Why?
I know. She brought the boyfriend, so I asked about it, and then she wasn't happy with me asking about it, and she walked off camera and then goes, not cool. I was like, no. I got the J-Lo. I swear to God. It was this move. Are we following? Still not wearing pants, okay? It was interview, and then she walked off like this. Then she walked off like this and said, am I still wearing this microphone?
Yeah, you're good.
She looked at me off camera and she goes, not cool. J-Lo with the not cool. I was like, dang it. And I love her too, but so that's sort of the thing. Because me, I'm like, she was backstage with the boyfriend. I'm like, great, I'll ask about him. Not happening. So then I cut all my hair off and took out my white girl weave, and I was like, hopefully she doesn't recognize me the next time I interview her.
That'd be great if you sat down and say, oh, it's so nice to talk to a professional. You know that girl that used to work here at
She
Extra?
was fired. Seriously.
Do you think you could beat up Mario Lopez?
No, he's a good boxer.
Oh, he is.
I can't beat him up. I can wear his clothes, but in fact, this is his jacket. No, I'm kidding. I love Mark. I have to say, people ask me that all the time, and I'm not just saying that because I work with him, but he is one of the nicest people, and he's one of those guys that says hi to everybody on the crew, everybody in the audience. He's 100% professional in that regard.
How dreamy is George Clooney?
So dreamy.
Yes.
See, okay, here's what I'm learning in the biz. The bigger the star, actually, not for women, for men, the bigger the star, the nicer they are. So it's sort of like he gets it. He's been around. He knows how this goes. You ask the questions. He answers them. If he doesn't want to, I asked him about having kids, didn't want to answer. He's like, I'm just going to dodge that question. He takes ownership of the things he doesn't want to talk about. He moves on, but he's not a jerk about it.
See, I do watch these shows all the time.
Which shows?
The Hollywood shows.
Yes, and E.T. is your favorite.
Well, yeah. That's the industry standard there.
Oh, the industry standard. Well, I prefer Colin Cowherd. Too soon.
Wow.
All right, and we're out of time.
A former colleague.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, Dan. I love you.
I don't know. There's a little truth in every bit of kidding.
Only when I'm drunk.
So if I get into the octagon with Colin Cowherd,
I'll cover it.
Who's coming out? Who do you interview first?
Are you Floyd or Manny? Is that the question?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. You tell me.
I
love both
ask
of
you first.
I love both of you equally. I've never worked with you. I love
Wrong
you more,
answer.
Dan.
Man.
No, I've worked with Colin. We used to work on Sports Nation. We're both from Seattle.
I work with a lot of people at the mothership. That doesn't mean I get along with them.
No. You're very mercurial, Dan.
If I get a couple of beers in you, then you'll tell me the truth.
That's
I know
true.
how
If I was at Big Dean's yesterday, you would have gotten a lot of truth. I love Big Dean's, by the way.
I do too. Mary Frances let me down, though.
Mary Frances.
Yeah, she let me down.
Best.
Yeah. All right. Anything I need to mention about your 17 jobs? You're going to do the splits here when we're done?
That's all we care about is the splits.
Well, you brought it up. Look at that little boy over there,
Yes,
Fritzy.
I'll do the splits.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
I'll do the splits.
Yeah.
Am I doing it now?
Can you?
Yeah.
We got 30 seconds.
30
before
seconds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you do it?
I'm wearing really short shorts. Okay, where am I doing this at? Right here?
Do you
Okay,
want to wait and maybe stretch during the look-in that we have coming up top of the hour?
This is your show. You
Okay,
tell me
I'm going to
what
let you
want.
stretch a little bit.
Stretch out the break.
Jim, we'll make the segue from Charissa Thompson to Jim Brewer, who'll join us top of the hour. Dan and the Danettes, Dan Patrick Show.